Hey everybody, and welcome to another CollectionDX video review. And today we're checking out the Sailor Moon release in the SH Figuarts line. Sailor Moon is the eponymous character from the Sailor Moon anime and manga series. So the anime series was very popular both in Japan and around the world. In Japan it ushered in a new era of magical girl shows, and around the world it was also very popular. I know here in the States it was one of those staples of the anime world in the 90s. So very popular character. People were pretty excited for this release. So overall this is a very good looking figure. She looks pretty much like she does in the show. Very nice. Bandai even tried to make the suit look a little puffy. Make it look like it's made out of a cloth material instead of the plastic, which it is. The skirt is made of a soft plastic, so it bends around a bit. Like I said, a very good looking figure. Other things worth noting, the hair is a solid yellow on the top, but then the ends are a more of a semi-clear plastic. Some of the light can shine through, so you can see through the hair. Kind of a neat effect, I guess. A light piping effect for the hair. So, very good looking figure all around. Let me take this off so you can see this a little bit better. From the back, Sailor Moon looks just as good. She's got a little bow on the back of her sailor suit. Very cool looking all the way around. Now, one thing I didn't like about the way the figure looks is the boots. They look a little weird. I guess they were trying to replicate the fact that the boots kind of bend a little bit right here. And so they just came out a little bit oddly shaped. And also the ankle joint breaks what should have been one solid article of clothing, the boot. It looks a little weird. It is a necessary evil though, just because we need that articulation at the ankles. But it's just one of my nitpicks. It might not bother most people. Just one of those things that I saw and I thought, hey, that looks a little odd. But that's not to detract from the fact that for the most part this is a very good looking figure. And so real quick, let's check out the articulation of this figure. Since this is an SH Figuarts release, you're going to expect quite a bit of articulation from a figure in this line. So let's see if Sailor Moon lives up to that expectation. On the ankle, we have a ball swivel. Then we have a double jointed knee. And moving on up, I'm going to try to keep this as classy as possible. Trying to make this video the least pervy Sailor Moon review out there. So you can pull the leg down. It has one of those joints, one of those thigh joints that pull out like some of the other SH Figuarts do. At the thigh you have a swivel, and then there is a ball joint for the thigh, and you're just going to have to take my word for that. I'm not going to show you an upskirt shot of Miss Sailor Moon. Then at the torso you have a ball joint. Now you can't move this top part too much because the bow gets in the way of the movement. So you get a little bit of movement there, but not a whole lot. For the wrist, you have a ball swivel, and then you have a double jointed elbow, and that brings me to the shoulder. So the shoulder, as you can see, has a ball joint, and that brings me to one of the things I don't like about this figure. The arm pops off fairly easily off the shoulder joint, and so does the hand. That fell off as I was grabbing the arm that fell off of Sailor Moon. So this happens fairly often. I mean, it's not too hard to pop it back in, but it's kind of a pain in the butt having to go through this process fairly often. You have to be very careful not to pop the arm off. Both of them pop off fairly easy. And then finally, for the neck, at the base of the head, we have a nice ball joint, which allows you to move the head quite a bit. It's not double jointed like some of the necks are in the SH Figuarts line, where there's a joint at the bottom of the neck, but you can get all of the movement out of the head that you want it to, so not a big loss. A couple of the accessories for this figure are moon sticks. You have one with the crystal at the center of the moon stick, and then you have another one without. So very cool, very nicely detailed little wands for Sailor Moon, so she can perform her moon healing escalation or moon healing activation. You know, that's what it was called in the US. So whichever one you prefer. And so what would Sailor Moon be without her trusty sidekick Luna? And that's the same thought that Bandai had when they were thinking about what they should include with this figure. So she looks very good when you look at her from above, but if you look at her at eye level or below, you see that Bandai kind of half-assed the figure. They left the neck white instead of painting it the same color as the rest of the cat. Now, she looks fairly good all the way around, I guess, as long as you ignore that white neck. It's a very smooth paint job, doesn't look like fur, but it gives it that look of being a cartoony cat. So it succeeds at being the cat from Sailor Moon. Now, one of the legs, this one I believe, is a little bit shorter than the others. And so this is basically done to make it look like she's kind of walking a bit. And that works, again, to make it look like there's action. But it makes it easy for her to fall over. You have to stand her just right. So if you can overlook the fact that she has a white neck that doesn't match the rest of the figure, and the fact that she can fall over if you don't stand her just right, I guess this is a pretty cool addition to the figure. And so this release comes with 6 different interchangeable faceplates. Now this is the original release, the first edition, which comes with these 2 extra faceplates at the end. You have the winking face and the crying face. And then you also have the 4 faceplates that come with the regular release. So any subsequent releases after the first run are going to only have the 4 that are over here. You have the serious face, you have the happy face, you have the action face, and then you have the serious face without the tiara. And obviously that one is for when Sailor Moon is using her tiara for the attack. So Sailor Moon also comes with a slew of hands, and that's pretty much standard with a lot of these SH Figuarts. And so you can get pretty much every pose that you want out of this toy, including the "In the name of the moon I will punish you" move, which I imagine is how she is going to sit on many people's shelves. Very iconic. That is when Sailor Moon would do her roll call and would tell the villain that they were going to go down, and subsequently they did, because Sailor Moon is the star of the show, and obviously she was going to win. And then Sailor Moon also comes with this disc that has a hand attached to the bottom of it, and this is so that Sailor Moon can be displayed performing her Moon Tiara action or the Moon Tiara magic attack. Again, one of those differences between the English version and the Japanese version. So it's a cool little effect for the Moon Tiara magic action. Of course you want to display her without the tiara, because it wouldn't make sense for her to be wearing the tiara. And that's pretty much it for this review of the SH Figuarts Sailor Moon. So it's a good release in the line. It has a couple of issues that keep it from being really great, but it has everything that you would want with an SH Figuarts Sailor Moon, or at least everything that I would want with this release. So very cool, very well done by Bandai. I mean, they usually make very good products. They drop the ball once in a while, but it's good to see that this isn't one of those cases. So very beautiful, as she should be. She is the beautiful soldier Sailor Moon. So this has been Sentai Seiya with CollectionDX, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe.